I waited until everyone calmed down after discovering that Solas would become an advisor to Rook and to the whole Veilguard squad while trapped in the Fade. We had our days of joy, and now let's look at the evidence that Solas will betray us again. Those will be narrative proofs, which means that the character arc can only change if the journey is completed. We can't ignore the logical chain of events. Even if it looks like friendship or companionship, it is nothing but the tip of the iceberg. Let's start talking.
All is not as it seems. All is not as it seems.
While hiking and conquering waterfalls, I read Reddit theories that Solas will be like Johnny Silverhand from Cyberpunk 2077. Even though Johnny also wanted to save the world in his own mysterious and anarchic ways, he was always open and blunt with V regarding his intentions.
Only two willing to spread their legs for you. Sad.
Go eat a dick, Johnny.
If something went sideways, it wasn't because he plotted against V, but because he got carried away like a true rocker boy who doesn't give a shit.
Sabotage a Corpo power station. Jump a Corpo transport. Kidnap a Corpo suit.
This a plug for the word corpo, or do you have a point?
Know what? You're starting to remind me of me, 50 years back. Minus the charisma. An impressive cock.
Considering the information from Game Informer's article, I believe that Solas will have more in common with the Emperor from Baldur's Gate 3. Both are trapped, both want to reshape the world, say the truth, yet leave a window for deception.
I came just in time. You are transforming.
And both act like advisors.
I saved you before. And I'm here to save you again.
There is a name for it in creative writing, and I'm sure we'll have either one or both of these tropes. Solas will help the Veilguard deal with the escaped Evanuris, the blighted elven gods, yet his prime goal remains. Otherwise, there would be no Veilguard, and no change in the game title if Solas simply dropped his idea of destroying the Veil after Rook's appearance. BioWare unapologetically spoiled huge story details to make us believe that our pal Solas was back and wanted to help us again. Nope. He helps only himself, as he always has been.
I was Solas first. fen'harel came later. An insult I took as a badge of pride. The Dreadwolf inspired hope in my friends, and fear in my enemies. Not unlike Inquisitor, I suppose. You also know the burden of a title that all but replaces your name.
The character of Solas in the Dragon Age series is a complex and tragic figure. Revealed as fen'harel, the ancient elven mage who created the Veil, and some of the elves even consider him a god, he unintentionally caused the destruction of the world he once knew. The very first time we learned about him and Arlathan Forest was in Dragon Age Origins. Throughout the years, Solas grappled with overwhelming guilt and sorrow as he witnessed the devastation caused by his actions. He awoke from a long slumber to find the world he once knew unrecognizable, and the elves he sought to protect oppressed and miserably poor in terms of wealth, culture, magic, and freedom. Shaped by deep loss and regret, Solas's core traits evoke a strong sense of compassion. Aren't we all trapped in our own memories or fantasies, longing for something better? For a world that pleases our expectations? Solas is a relatable character and a perfect villain because he genuinely believes that he is saving the world over and over again. It's a classic literary trick to create a villain with exaggerated heroic traits, blurring the lines between villainy and misunderstood heroism. This quote from the article proves that I'm on the right path in my predictions anyway. Solas' stubborn desire to right the wrongs of the past is his sole driving force. His plans always involve using manipulation and powerful elven artifacts. First was the orb, and we expect he will use the red Lyrium Idol, which has a connection to Mythal. Let's split the topic into two parts. Despite his grand knowledge about the Fade, Solas was never accepted for his ideas.
Did you think I honed my magical skills to impress spirits? I have joined my share of causes, but when I offered lessons learned in the Fade, I was derided by my enemies, and sometimes by my allies. Liar, fool, madman. There are endless ways to say someone isn't worth listening to. Over time, it grinds away at you.
If you're tired of losing, you might consider winning.
You're right. I've given that advice to others in the past. Apparently, I needed to hear it myself.
Too many threats connect Solas to the idol that drove almost everyone mad by simply obtaining it. Idol can transform into a blade. Probably this weapon possesses the power to destroy the immortal elven gods in their original bodies. Anyway, this artifact is no idol but a ritual blade, and Solas is its owner. In Dragon Age 2, Merril recounts a story about the blade that could end a war when she talks about the Dreadwolf.
The carvings tell a story of the Betrayal, the Dreadwolf tricking all the gods away from the world. Long ago, there were two clans of gods. The Creators looked after the people, the Forgotten Ones preyed upon us. And one god who was neither, fen'harel, the Dreadwolf. He was kin to the Creators, and in the old days often helped them in their endless war against the Forgotten Ones. fen'harel was clever. He could walk among both clans of gods without fear, and both believed he was one of them. He went to each side and told them the other had forged a terrible weapon, a blade that would end the war. He told the Creators it was forged in the heavens, and the Forgotten Ones that it was hidden in the abyss. And when the gods went seeking it, he sealed them both in their realms forever. Now he alone is left in the world.
Considering that none of the gods knew of the blade's origin, we could speculate that Solas created the blade himself. But why would he foolishly use such a dangerous material as the red lyrium? Considering that we know from Dragon Age Inquisition that pure lyrium is alive and red lyrium is regular lyrium tainted by the Blight. Why does Solas need a blighted weapon in the Veilguard game? Not to kill the Evanuris. That was never his plan. He still wants to reshape the world, free the elves, and finish what he had started. Even in Dragon Age Inquisition, Solas was a fool in a new world. His plans shattered because Corypheus didn't die once he opened the orb. Solas failed to see that a Divinum Magister could obtain immortality. The question is, why did he seek help from an ancient darkspawn who used to be one of the Magister's Sidereal, the group of 7 high priests of the old gods who, by current lore, were at war with the Evanuris? Not to mention that Corypheus had a title, the Conductor. He ripped the veil and received the taint that made him a darkspawn. He and the other high priests started the first Blight by casually checking out the Golden City, which had already been black because of the Blight, and there was no Maker on the throne. Okay, so Solas tricked the evil old gods and the Evanuris. Why was Solas somewhat respected among both of these groups? And why did he ask the high priest of the evil old god Dumat to help him open the orb? He did it through his agents and hints, but still, why the high priest of Dumat? No one in the world matched the CV to do the job except for Solas and Corypheus? So, to open the orb, you needed a mage that possessed the Blight in some form, whether it was a darkspawn or a ritual blade and a blood sacrifice, right? That's not an arc of a hero. fen'harel, or the Dreadwolf, is a figure for elven mythology known for his trickery and betrayal. He manipulates people while hiding the duality of his nature. Solas is fen'harel in his more humble, mortal guise. This dual identity is central to understanding his motivations and actions. We remember that Corypheus sacrificed the divine to open the orb and get the anchor. Solas was ready to pay this price, knowing that the ritual required blood. He tricked Corypheus with the intention of betraying him, hoping that the high priest would die. So Solas guided him to a greater power, knowing that there was nothing but death in the end. Why wouldn't he do the same trick with Rook? I mean, you know the phrase, once is an accident, twice is a coincidence, but 3 times is a pattern. Both Corypheus and the Veilguard do the dirty work for him. If there is no Veilguard, Solas can easily finish what he had started, or if you build a good relationship with him, he'll persuade you that there is no other way but to destroy the old world, and you happily help him bomb the Arasaka.
Do whatever it takes to stop him, defeat him, gut him. If I gotta kill, I'll kill. If I need your body, I'll fucking take it. Fucking hell.
Sorry. Destroy the veil. I guess this specific trope has more Johnny in it after all. Doing whatever it takes to get what you want is not heroic, and no friend or companion would lead you to death to make you witness the death of those who you care for. Solas is a hermit, consumed by guilt and profound loneliness, and he is determined to amend the past. Probably he even thinks that having a friend or a lover is a weakness. Nothing changes for his character in the Veilguard. I'm 100% sure we will see the same character arc again, yet it will not repeat itself. It will rhyme, because betrayal can possess many forms and faces, don't you think? So guys, let's start a discussion. I really think that the situation with Solas and the huge spoils that were revealed to us are here to distract us. And honestly, I want to hear your thoughts. So, have fun, play video games, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!